Organization is the
They are streamed for like 8 hours.
The government project right from the start.
Your host, Julie Kenneth.
organization is the
They are streamed for like 8
The
hours.
government project right from the start.
Your host, Julie Kenneth.
organization is the
They are streamed for like 8
The
hours.
government project right from the start.
Your host, Julie Kenneth.
organization is the
They are streamed for like 8
The
hours.
government project right from the start.
Your host, Julie Kenneth.
organization is the
They are streamed for like 8
The
hours.
government project right from the start.
Your host, Julie Kenneth.
organization is the
They are streamed for like 8
The
hours.
government project right from the start.
Your host, Julie Kenneth.
organization is the
They are streamed for like 8
The
hours.
government project right from the start.
Your host, Julie Kenneth.
organization is the
They are streamed for like 8
The
hours.
government project right from the start.
Your host, Julie Kenneth.
organization is the
They are streamed for like 8
The
hours.
government project right from the start.
Your host, Julie Kenneth.
organization is the
They are streamed for like 8
The
hours.
government project right from the start.
Your host, Julie Kenneth.
organization is the
They are streamed for like 8
The
hours.
government project right from the start.
Your host, Julie Kenneth.
Can't hear you, David. Can't hear you. What the F is that music?
I don't know. But good evening. Welcome to the nightly recap powered by the Gokhshtein News Network, your trusted source for politics, crypto, and everything in between that makes you question reality, like Leslie and why she has a goddamn cowboy hat on. It's mostly been the same old recycled news, ladies and gentlemen. But lately, well, hold on. Lately, sorry. But hey,
Didn't you
at least we've
proofread
got
or
some
practice
conspiracy.
this?
Shut up. Conspiracy theories to keep things interesting, right, Leslie? Now let's
Right,
jump into
David.
tonight's first. Shut up. Let's jump into tonight's first topic and shake things up a little bit. Leslie, why don't you kick things off since you're the conspiracy expert?
Abso-freaking-lutely, David. Case closed for now. The DOJ and FBI now say there's no evidence Jeffrey Epstein was murdered, blackmailed anyone, or had a client list as the U.S. government officially closes the case with no plans to release any further documents. Later, it was reported that a 1-minute segment appeared to be missing from the Epstein security camera footage released by the U.S. government. Because why not try cover something up because everything is a freaking psyop at this time, at this point. I'm just gonna act wild tonight. I got a hat on. I'm in the desert. Nobody knows me. I'm changing my name. Let's go wild, David.
Okay, first of all,
First
this is
of
the
all,
third
second of
time
all,
today. It's the third time today that you've tried to hit on me. Okay, now
ew.
it's let's get wild. No, like stop. Second, yeah, I like. I don't get like at the end of the day, like Democrat. I've read a lot of stuff. Democrats, Republicans, Independents. They're like everybody's like, including myself. Where are the files, bro? Like that's really been the conversation, regardless of party affiliation. I mean, like, where are the files? I told Leslie this earlier today. I said they made a mistake here, a major one, and that was coming out and saying that they're going to give us the Epstein files. I would have not said anything. I would have
This
done
is
due
utter
diligence.
bullshit, David. This is utter
Hold on.
bullshit.
Hey,
I
hold
mean,
on. You could have your turn. You can have your turn.
no,
Okay?
you know what? You already talked like
No, but
45
I'm
minutes
talking to the
earlier
people. I am talking to the people. Don't interrupt me. I will
to
mute
the
you on
people
here.
of America. You can't even mute me on here. No, I'm sick and tired of your talking. You
Hold
talked
on.
all
Let me
morning.
just
I didn't
finish. Let
even
me
had
just
one
finish.
word in,
Hey,
but
let me
it's like
finish.
it's utter
Yo,
bullshit,
yo,
David.
hold on.
Trump
Let me just.
promised us the files. Pam Bondi said that she had the client list on her desk. Multiple people from the White Office said that, oh my God, the file is so bad. I have them on my desk, whatnot, etc. And then all of a sudden, there's no client list. And then all of a sudden, the files are not going to be released. And then all of a sudden, Epstein possible. Why would he murder himself if there was nothing incriminating in the files? And then there's a minute missing. David, I think the president at this point probably has delivered on everything that he has set to deliver except the Epstein files.
As I was saying,
Yeah, say it louder.
don't come out there. You should have, especially a case like this where a lot of obviously sex trafficking, you know, was obviously court documents way before Trump got elected here, back on his essentially his second term. You should have hold up, let's review this, then come out and say, look, hold on. See, hold on, I let you speak. Okay, don't cut
I'm
my
letting you
train of
speak.
thought here.
I'm letting you. I didn't even
Hey,
say a word. I just
no,
sighed.
hey,
And I rolled my eyes just like you
let
did.
allow a king to speak. Thank you. At
Where's
this
your
point,
crown?
you
Are
just
you
don't
sitting on
come
the
out with
throne?
don't come out with the documents unless you can really come out with the documents. Now, like I was listening to Pam speak today, they're looking over thousands upon thousands of documents of, obviously Epstein being with children, and those are never going to be released. But like, you came out here. Here's the thing.
You know why it's bullshit? You know why it's bullshit?
Hey, you can't interrupt me. I'll let you finish. Be courteous. You can't now. You can't do this now because now people will remember that you said that you had a bunch of stuff, a truckload ready to go to show to the American people, and now you're saying, well, we can't show it because, and it's obvious. Yeah, I don't think that we should be, putting out documents, even if it's redacted, with just like we shouldn't put out the victims out there. Period. Said and done. Pictures obviously shouldn't be pushed out to the general public. I don't want to see this shit. Like, I personally don't want to see it. What I want is the people that were a part of this shit to be arrested, okay, and have their balls chopped off, okay? And that's a minor punishment, okay? I want them locked up for life with people that beat the shit out of people like this. So again, I think they definitely rushed the ball. They dropped the ball on this. Forget about
You know
rush.
why it is
They
so
dropped the ball on this big
you know
time.
why it is so
Pam,
convenient? You know why it is so convenient?
you don't let nobody speak.
No, this is why it's so convenient because obviously we know and we understand that there was people that were harmed in these files, right? So we established that there are innocent people, there are victims. Therefore, there has to be people that victimize them. There has to be evil people. How convenient is it? Oh, you know what? Epstein is dead. Let's go ahead and pin everything on him and poof, client list be gone. Because we
Well,
all know
Epstein.
that
I
there
mean,
was a
Epstein.
client list.
Epstein committed suicide for no reason. Then
He committed suicide because he knew something was coming. He knew something.
no, but I'm
You're not
saying he
just gonna,
committed suicide
he
for no
was
reason. If they have no, if they,
he
it's just
either
a joke. It's a
committed
joke. It's a
suicide
fucking
or
joke.
they killed
Listen,
him.
listen. It was a fucking joke. Okay. He could. If they have no files, then it means that he's innocent, right? Like it was a fucking joke.
I mean, at this point, we can say that everybody in the government is involved in some way, somehow. Democrats, liberals, Republican, even the president of the United States of America. Look, Elon was helping them out for 120 days. He uncovered so much information. And then all of a sudden, he's not going to put a post out there for no reason, David. For no reason. Are we going to do that bullshit now?
Elon, by the way, is acting like a man-child. Okay, Elon. First of all, you look like somebody who is like giving fashion advice on E. Okay, and you're breaking down the Emmys or some shit. Oh, look what she wore. Like that. Yeah, I don't know.
No, we're
I don't
breaking
know.
down conspiracy, and I don't need anybody to look at my eyes or record my eyes, David. So you want to go there, you want to put shades on, you want to do all that bullshit on
Anyway,
live.
I
Guess
think they
what? I'm
dropped
gonna
the
match
ball
your
on this one.
energy.
Looking for Donald Trump to address this. Not really. I don't really care what both departments say here, the FBI and obviously the DOJ. I'm really looking for Trump to come out here and give his thoughts on this situation. I'm sure he'll have to because the
Do
press is
you
going to
think
press
Trump
him.
was involved some way,
No,
somehow?
no, I
Why
don't think so.
not? You don't think
Because
that's a
of the,
possibility?
I don't because the Democrats would have nailed him a long time ago.
The reason why they would have not nailed him is because if the Democrats have something on him, he has something on them. Therefore, if
No,
he's exposed, then everybody is going to be exposed. So it's not even worth to expose
I'm
anything.
telling you right now, they
I'm
didn't. They
telling
did
you
everything
right
possible.
now,
They put up a case against him that had no merit. If they had something on him, the Democrats would have pushed it out. I know you love the conspiracy shit, but I'm telling you right now, at the end of the day, like if there was something here to indict him of anything, they would have used it. The Democrats are. Listen, hold
David,
on, Leslie. Before you give
the
your thoughts,
Epstein
the
client list
Democrats are willing
had
to blow up their
the
own
potential
party.
to expose
They don't
elite
care. The
network
Democrats are willing
global
to sabotage
figures,
their own party. And
politicians,
I'm
billionaires,
trying to. Jesus
power
Christ.
brokers, etc. Yet somehow it gets close to leaking. They leaked for them leaking this information,
You,
etc.
you're not
And now all of
listening.
a sudden it disappears.
You're not listening to me. If they had anything on Trump, they had 4 years to come up with
This
it.
is, of course, they probably had something on Trump. They
They
didn't
didn't
just
have
have
nothing
anything on
on him.
David. They didn't just have anything on
Oh my
Trump. They
God.
had a lot of information on
Leslie,
a
man,
lot of
nobody's going to agree with you
elite
on this.
and
I'm telling
global
you.
figures.
Even
I'm
Democrats
not
are not going to
trying
agree
to
with
say
you on
that for
this.
people to
They were
agree
trying
with
to
me.
stop him from going into the White House. They were not going to. If they had anything, which all the departments were
Because
all
everything,
Democrat
there's
run.
always
Oh
something
my
bigger
God.
than, oh my God, you're just thinking at the surface level, David.
They,
You're just
the
thinking at
Democrats,
the
the
surface
Democrats,
level.
the Democrats would
This is
be
a controlled
willing.
narrative. This is a controlled narrative, David.
This is like a controlled program by you.
Oh my
I am
God.
trying to
You
say.
know what? At this point, Trump knows what's in those Epstein files. He does.
Of course he
He does.
does. Of course he does. He's the president.
And you don't think that he's going to use this as a leverage over others?
No, he would have used it a long
Of
time ago.
course.
He would have used it a long time
I
ago.
mean, his presidency, David, at this point, we can
Oh my
say
God.
as a conspiracy, we're just going to touch as a conspiracy, the presidency, his presidency, Trump's presidency, it's a strategic move by the deep within the US intelligence to clean house. And guess what? Maybe Epstein was a liability.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am trying to articulate to Leslie Moda
Well, you
here
talk
that
a lot. Like, hurry up.
I haven't been able to get a word in, so I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But at the end of the day, all I've been trying to say is the Democrats at this current stage of the game, they're willing to sacrifice their own people in order to get rid of Trump. They hate Trump. They don't
And at this
dislike
point, our
Trump.
current
They
government
hate
is
Trump.
willing to sacrifice victims and innocent for
What are
their
you talking
power
about?
play.
What are you talking about? They can still put people in jail without having to give you a booklet about it. The FBI can still put people, the DOJ can still put people in jail that were a part of this whole entire ring, and they probably will. You saying that,
With no
because
client
the
list,
influencers
all of
didn't
a
get,
sudden,
you sound like one of these influencers. Oh my God, we didn't get the book. Fuck getting the book. I want these people put into prison. The fuck we talking about?
this is a complete cover-up, David. This is a
There's no,
complete
oh my God.
cover-up.
Anyway, moving on.
There's
That has
powerful
a little bit too
affiliations.
tight on you.
This is a systemic failure, and this is one of the most blatant examples of institutional protection and cover-up in modern history. This is history repeating itself, David. It is history repeating itself. The victims were sidelined. Networks were protected. Powerful networks were protected.
Oh my God,
And
Trump
it's
doesn't give a
so-called
fuck.
justice.
Trump wouldn't give a fuck. El Salvador
Mhm.
keeps buying. El Salvador adds 8 more Bitcoin last week, bringing its total to 6,229 Bitcoin worth at this point in time, 677.246.789. I'm just fucking around. It's worth $678 million. Shout out to El Salvador. Get crazy. The FBI, the DOJ, everybody went after Trump. You'd think they wouldn't have exposed. You are wild. You are wild. Go ahead. Back to you, Leslie.
I mean, the people that are running the DOJ and the FBI and all of them,
When
they were
Biden
all
was in
appointed
office,
by
were all
Trump.
Democrats.
Okay, but they were
It was
all
all
appointed
Democrats.
by Trump right now. Okay, so then
What do you
make
mean?
it make sense.
If they had something on Trump,
They're
they would have.
Trump people. Exactly, they're Trump's people
weren't
right now
Trump
in
people.
place. So of
What are you talking
course
about?
they're gonna cover it up.
James
Of course they're not gonna
James
release it.
Comey was not
They
a
are
Trump person.
appointed-
What's wrong with you?
They are
Your hair's
appointed
too
by
tight.
Trump. The people in office right now are appointed by Trump. Of course they're gonna cover up the shit.
All right, you have
Especially if it
absolutely no idea what
incriminates
you're
them.
talking about. Go ahead.
And neither
Keep-
do you, obviously.
Yeah, I do, because like you can't put 1 and 1 together, bro. Okay,
I
so it's
put
okay.
2 and 2 together.
Yes, it doesn't look. You definitely didn't put anything together. But go ahead.
Neither did you. Tariff showdown. President Trump is set to announce new trade deals today and has already unveiled a 25% tariff on Japan and South Korea. The U.S. also announced a 30% tariff on South Africa and 25% tariffs on Malaysia and Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan. Period. Dude, can't even freaking pronounce shit. Anywho, moments
Did
later,
you skip the rough day in crypto?
no, I
that-
would. Oh shit,
That hat's
Okay,
a little bit too tight on you today, isn't it?
very tight. Anywho, let me finish reading and then you can go back and read the other one. I mean, instead of calling me
read
out
it.
on.
Go ahead.
Moments later,
You
it
raging
rolls
liberal.
out. Oh my God. I mean, you're in love with liberals, so. Moments later, it rolled out even more 35% on Bangladesh and Serbia, 36% on Cambodia and Thailand, 32% on Indonesia, 30% on Bosnia, and 20% on Tunisia. Tunisia? Go for it. Green Lantern.
Tariff showdown. President Trump is set to
Yeehaw.
announce new trade deals today and has already unveiled a 25% tariff. Why am I reading
Why are
this
you
again?
laughing?
Hold on. Rough day for crypto. Sorry, rewind. $183 million was liquidated from the crypto markets in the past 24 hours.
David,
Back
why
to
are you
Leslie.
laughing?
Not like you care because you don't crypto. You just sit around X looking for conspiracy theories. Go ahead. Back to you.
No, I do research and I validate information and then we can tap into conspiracies, David. Go back
Mm-hmm.
to giggling over there. Government moves
Research
east.
this stuff with Tammy.
The US government has deposited 218,000 worth of ETH to Coinbase. I mean, I don't even know why they keep freaking depositing it to Coinbase. Coinbase. It's not like that shit. If they want to pull it out, it's gonna lock in. Gonna
What
lock it.
the fuck you talking about?
You deserve for Tabby and I to biatch slap you.
Listen, you and Tammy.
Listen, Linda.
Okay. TikTok plans a split. TikTok is developing a new
Does
version
it?
of its app for US. Say that again.
No, you were saying TikTok developing a new version of its app for
Yeah,
US,
can
and I
I
was
finish
like, oh,
reading?
it is?
Can I finish
Yeah,
reading?
sure.
Liberals really, wow.
Democrats, really.
TikTok is developing a new version of its application for US users ahead of its planned sale to a group of investors. This really sucks because I'm on TikTok. I got the algorithm on my side now, and here we go. We'll go flip it, and apparently it's going to be called M2, which makes absolutely no sense. Who came up with the name M2, and what does it fucking mean? Back
Flip
to
it
you,
and
Leslie
reverse it.
Moda.
Well, David, you know why? Because Chinese are still spying on us, and everybody knows that except us, the regular people. Tariff clock ticks on. The August 1st tariff deadline is firm, though not set in stone. So, how the fuck is it firm if it's not set in stone? Is it firm or is it not? If an executive order is issued, it will push the original July deadline to August 1st. Meanwhile, new trade letters are already being sent to 12 additional countries. At this point, the cookie is starting to crumble. It's like a quarter horse. You come out very strong. You
Did you just
try
say
to get
quarter
to the
hoe?
finish. Quarter horse.
Oh, okay. Just confirming.
And it's like you're good for just that quarter, but you're not good for the long run. And I think maybe that's kind of what our president is doing right now. He came on strong and finish line for a quarter and is not going to be able to run for the long haul. Who knows, David?
Anyway, let's give a round of applause for Donald Trump,
Shut up.
an amazing president, an amazing leader, leading this country. 4th of July weekend was great for me, and it was a
Mark.
proud moment to see how Trump, the leader that we deserved for so long, was standing out there watching as our B2s and all these wonderful machines that the United States of America has built fly over the White House. It was a beautiful scene. A president who is proud to be an American. What
Proud
a
to
lovely
be in
moment.
America. Yes, agree. Amen to
That's
that,
right.
David.
Deport anybody that hates America. Student debt warning. The Federal Reserve Bank of New York warns that late student loan payments can slash credit scores up to 171 points, with 24% of the borrowers behind on payments. That really sucks. That's one thing that does suck. But if you allow education to be free, then that means that we become what? We live in what's something you would love to live in, because you fantasize about living in this kind of society. What would it be? If everybody could go to school for free, it would be.
You want to live in a communist country.
Leslie loves communism, okay? Leslie loves a good communist country. Feel bad for the kids, though. I can't front. I feel bad for the kids. These interest rates are ridiculous, the rates that they pay. By the time they finish paying these loans off, they're like 55, if that. And now, they got 30 more years to live.
It's the government. It's
God
these
willing.
people that are
It's
continuously
not the government.
putting
It's the
people
Federal
in
Reserve.
debt.
Get it right. It's not
And
the
who
government.
runs the government? The Federal Reserve, the elites,
What do you-
all of them. So they're all in one, David.
So
You
get
can't,
rid of the Fed. Get rid of the Fed.
But you can't, because they're part of the elite.
Right?
They're part of the
Let me ask you a
government.
question. Can you vote as an illegal migrant? Are you allowed to vote?
No,
See, so you can't vote.
I can vote because I'm
No, I said as an
American.
illegal migrant. You said no. See,
Also.
you've literally told the entire audience that you are on the run. You're putting on a cowboy hat to escape ICE. Okay, I know your game plan. I know the game
David,
plan here.
I'm putting on a hat because I have some billionaire cowboys watching, and that's what they requested to fund me.
Ladies and gentlemen, Leslie Moda has also a side gig on OnlyFans. Tune into her as she's what is it, every Fridays, or is it Thirsty Thursdays? What are you doing on OnlyFans? Thirsty Thursdays?
Thirsty, thumping Thursdays.
Well, she'll make you a burrito.
I will eat the
Once
burrito
it's-
in front of you. I will. It's a big burrito too, guys. It's big. I will eat it in front of you. It's full of meat.
Ripple
Loaded.
heads to the hill. I'll read this. Don't worry about it.
Ripple heads to the hill. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse will testify before the Senate on proposed cryptocurrency legislation. Are you okay, David?
I'm perfectly fine. I'm just looking at my sexy self. Sorry.
Oh my God. Looking like an avocado today.
I was about to say something else. All right, ladies and
Again,
gentlemen.
how many times did you tell me that today? I'm about to say something. I was going to say something. You told me that like 3 times today, and you still can't come up with anything.
EU deal on the table. The U.S. is reportedly offering the EU a trade deal with a 10% tariff rate. So there we go. We're coming closer to the EU signing a deal with the United States of America. America, the greatest country in the world.
Who cares?
Go ahead, your turn.
Netanyahu arrived at the White House for dinner with President Trump, later nominating him for the Nobel Peace Prize, bro. I'm telling you.
Shout out to Trump. He deserves it. He
Never.
is the
Oh.
future Nobel Prize winner, Donald J. Trump. Let's give a round of applause.
Tammy,
America
that's
first!
right.
America first! You stupid
Tammy, that's right.
motherfuckers.
David
You
can
can't
never
even make a
handle
dent
anything.
in us, man.
Oh
All you
my
gotta do
God,
is get
David.
the
Did you
Jill
see the
Stein.
comments? Did you see who's flirting with you in the comments, David?
Who?
Oh my God. Did you
Tammy's
see what they
flirting with me
put?
again? Tammy's flirting?
No. Mars said you can't handle his burrito, David.
Nah, I think he's talking about you. You and
No.
Mar. Should I tell Mar what you said to me on the phone about him today?
That is a lie.
Mar, she said,
That is
I'm
a
willing to
lie.
give him a chance, but like every single time that I want to make that commitment,
That is a lie.
why won't you let me say what you said about Mar?
I don't know what you said.
Let me go ahead and say it, man.
Because it's a lie.
Anyway,
Anyway, next, David, you're up next.
yes, and there's nothing else to report. Actually, oh shit, my bad. There is more arms for Ukraine. Something that I don't think the MAGA establishment likes. I don't like it. Trump says that the U.S. will likely need to send more weapons to Ukraine, but this is in direct result. This is basically the result of. He said earlier today that he's very upset with Putin. So I guess him being upset with Putin because Putin probably doesn't want to go ahead and come to the table, and end the war. So he's like, okay, I'll send Ukraine some more gear. We should have never been in this goddamn war to begin with, man. This is like some bullshit, man. I really can't stand the fact that we're here. We don't need to be supplying anybody with anything. We need to be taking care of our own people. So, by the way, I wanted to end this by saying that.
Wait. No, before we end it, you're talking about, okay.
I'm not ending the show. I'm not ending the show. I'm saying, first of all, we finished in 27 minutes. This is an unbelievable record.
It's the first.
It's unbelievable. Second, I wanted to say that, so Leslie was on the phone with me today complaining about random shit.
No,
and then
you were
she
on the
came
phone
to
with me.
Mar and she said, Oh, hold on. Mar said you can't handle a Cuban. So is that a cigar or a Cuban male? Anyway, so Leslie said I would give him an opportunity, but every time I think about it, he wiles out. So Mar, you dropped the ball, man. You had an opportunity to marry Leslie and you dropped the ball. You dropped the
David,
ball.
that
And
is
then
such
she said,
bullshit lie, David.
no, but you know
Why are
what? I
you
won't even talk
lying?
about
I
I
never
won't
even
even
mentioned Mar on the call, David. Why would you
you
know that I
mentioned
don't
Mar
want to
on the
get
call.
married? You know that I don't even want to date. Like, why are you even making these like giving him hopes when there's no hope?
Tammy is like talking mad shit, knowing that I
You
would put her in
are
a
the
helllock.
perfect color of pistachio. You're a
I
little
would put
toasted pistachio tonight.
Leslie, I would put Tammy in a headlock, okay? And then I put her in
Tammy
a
would
triangle.
Tammy would pick your ass up and throw you across the room. She
Tammy
would
can't
freaking
do shit.
karate body slam your
Tammy can't
ass.
even
She would
drive.
drop
She's blind.
kick you in the
Tammy
knee.
is blind.
Dude,
How she ain't gonna do nothing. She ain't gonna do
she
nothing.
will
She's
kick your
blind.
ass, David. You know Tammy will kick your eyes.
Yeah, she's
Freaking
blind, bro.
throw you up in the
Anyway,
air, flip you upside down,
listen, this is what girls
karate.
have to do. You guys stick
So,
together, okay? It doesn't really matter. Okay? Like you guys,
David, I have a question to ask you.
you don't have to ask me shit.
Do you
Okay?
really love America?
Yeah, absolutely. I love America.
Really love America?
100% love America.
And then you want us that are here in America, you want everything to be American.
Yes. Made in America. That's how it should be.
And if that is the case, why are you choosing to enter with a Russian song and exit with a Russian song in your shows? So a little
First of all,
bit hypocrisy there. You're a
that's stupid to
hypocrite.
say. That's like,
That is
okay, so let me ask you a
hypocrisy at
question.
its finest.
So when I put
Because
on Spanish music, what country am I supporting?
David,
Exactly.
even if you were putting
That
Spanish
hat is
music,
too
I
tight on
would
your head
still
tonight.
no, I would still grill you on your ass. I would still
Yeah, you
grill
see
you.
a lot of sexual innuendos
Because
being
you
thrown my way,
say
man.
one
Stop
thing
flirting with
about,
me.
oh my God, American. If you talk another language, if you play other music, if you etc., you should be deported. You should be thrown out. But yet you want to use a Russian song as your anthem to walk in and walk out. Like the hypocrite at his finest, right there.
Anyway, I like to say
Anyway,
that Trump is the greatest president,
no,
one
he's
of the
not.
greatest
George
president.
Washington is George Washington.
You don't even know how to spell Washington, okay? So sit your ass down while
Wash
I'm
your
talking, okay?
Assington.
Okay?
Make me,
I'm
David.
here.
I want to see you try. Make me.
Tammy's claiming she's stronger than me. Oh my god. Yo, I would so yo, you know what? Let me not
Tammy,
say
you're
anything.
stronger than him,
Tammy, you know what? Tammy
and
knows the
I'm
truth.
stronger than him too, Tammy.
Tammy knows the truth. She knows. She knows. Tammy knows better. Right now, she's talking shit because it's obviously we're on the fucking internet and shit. But
Guys, this
Tammy
is
knows better.
David because David is kind of looking this color. He's toasty, right? Look at David. Kind of matches him, right? This would be me and David.
Yeah, okay. That looks like you and Mar about to get in bed.
That's you, David. Mm.
Is that you fighting with Mar? Or is that
No,
you?
that's me.
Wait, hold
Look,
on. You're putting Mar under your armpit?
no, this is you. Look, I threw you in the air and caught you, and then I'm throwing you across the room.
Yo, this is the dumbest ass. This is some dumb ass shit, man. I gotta tell you. Viewers at home, I apologize. I apologize for what you're seeing here tonight. Obviously, the cowboy hat is so tight on her head. She does not. The oxygen is just not getting through. She
It's
has
the sun.
absolutely no idea what the fuck she's doing. Look, Mar is sending you hearts. That's so cute. Mar,
That's
listen.
to you. That's to you, David. David, I think
I
Mar,
know
Mar
this
truly has a
relationship
crush on
will work
you.
out. This
Mar has
relationship
a
will
crush
work
on
out.
you, and he
Leslie
is
and Mar
using me
sitting
as
in a
an
tree.
scapegoat to get to you, David.
KISSING. First comes
Mar
love,
and David
then comes
sitting on a
marriage,
tree.
then comes
KISSING.
a baby and the
First
baby
comes love,
carries.
then
Sucking
comes
its
marriage.
thumb,
In this
peeing
case,
in
no
its
baby
pants,
coming.
doing the hula hula dance.
Are you
I don't know,
okay?
I'm just singing. Anyway,
Guys, do David and I look alike?
No, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Tammy, shut up. Okay, don't ever
Don't
speak to
tell
me
my
like
friend
that,
to shut
Tammy.
up. Don't
I
ever speak to
will.
Tammy like that.
Why is Tammy texting me? Tammy
David,
just texted. Why is she texting me? I'll pull your hair. What is happening? What is happening? Anyway, I do want to say one thing. I want to touch on this again. On and I've been serious the entire time on the Epstein thing. It- Democrat, Republican, Independent, whatever. It doesn't matter. Like those files at this point, like I don't know if what they state is true that it's really damaging, like type of stuff. I don't think it should be released. But I would really hope they nail every single son of a bitch that had something to do with this shit with Epstein and
release
throw their
the list.
asses into prison. That's it. Bottom
Release
line.
the client list that you guys are freaking hiding.
Say that again.
I said release the client list that you guys are freaking hiding.
Yeah,
You know
you know
that.
what? I don't really as long as the FBI and the DOJ take care of business, I don't care. Like
So you
I
don't
don't
care for them to release a client list?
I okay, do you want to know the clients? In terms of oh no,
Yeah.
okay. So you want to know the clients of the pedophiles and shit like that.
I want to
Okay.
know the pedophiles.
Okay.
I want to know
Okay.
Epstein's
Hold on,
clients.
hold on.
I don't
That
want to know the people with
I'm
victims.
probably hold on. I'm probably okay with that, but remember, they released those files. You'll have Americans here that are going to take, business into their own hands. Or that
Good.
and that no, hold on. You're gonna have like it's gonna be madness. I want our government to arrest these people, okay, that participated in this fuckery, and I want them to deal with them. And I'm talking about put them somewhere where they're in confinement 24/7. I'm talking about the harshest conditions in the world. That's fuck it. You know what? Send them all to El Salvador, their max security prison. I I want that. Let them put them in with MS-13 and let MS-13 know that these people went ahead and committed these acts. I don't want regular citizens taking it into their own hands type of thing. Okay. So that's all. And I really feel bad for the victims. I really do. I really feel horrible for the victims. It sucks. And honestly, it really sucks that they dropped the ball this bad on this. Landy might not agree, but it really does suck. Because I don't know what Landy was saying earlier. And I don't know something about the FBI memo and stuff like that. Regardless, this has been the worst. They've handled this Epstein shit by far. It's been the worst thing since Trump has come into office. Let's keep it 100. Okay. I'm a proud Republican. I love MAGA. Okay. I'd vote for Trump again if he could run. But at the end of the day, this was terrible. Let's keep it a buck. It was terrible. That's it. And I think as a Republican and the Republican Party, and I've seen a lot of Republicans, and I'm actually happy. That's one thing about the Republican Party I can appreciate. We're not these vegan, starving ass liberals that go out there and burn cars, flip cars, and all this shit, right? That's what the Democrats would do. Here we are. We're voicing our opinion. We're using freedom of speech. We're saying, hey, you dropped the ball. This sucks. This is bullshit. A lot of people are going to the next level saying, get rid of, Kash Patel, get rid of Pam, because they promised us this. And now look what we got, a nothing burger. You had a bunch of influencers dancing in front of the White House. A lot of the optics here are horrible, even if it's true. You know what it is? Here's the problem. Even if, and I would hope that the truth has been given to us today or yesterday, even if it's true, and even if they're working behind the scenes to nail all these son of a bitches, the optics starting from day one till now, it's horrible. It really is a bad thing. So, wish they would have done it a little bit differently. That's it. More professional.
Well, this is going to be something that he can't deliver on because he said he was going to deliver that list and release it to the public. And now it's case closed and nothing is going to be released to the public. So,
Well, it's not case closed per se. It's they're going to continue to go after anybody who was involved.
Yeah, but I mean, case closed to the public.
Well, you know what? Leslie, I'm fine with that. Hold
Oh,
on, let me ask you.
because
No,
you
hold
just
on.
want to be on Trump's side.
No,
That's
no,
why
no,
you're
no, no, no,
you're
no, no,
fine
no.
with
Let me
it.
ask you this. No. Let me ask you this question. Forget about me. Let me ask you this question. If they nail every son of a bitch, right, that was a part of this fucking ring, would you be happy with that? Because I would. I'm just asking you a question.
But the
Regardless
thing
of.
is, like, okay, so
No, but I
how
asked you
do
a
you
question. You
know?
see,
Okay, no, wait, because I am going. This is not just a black and white answer. You know, your question, there's more depth to it
no,
because
it's
you're saying,
not.
okay, because no, you're saying, okay, what if they get everybody that is involved and arrest them, start putting it out there? You know what they're gonna do? No, you're never going to be at peace with that because what if in reality they're just using people as pawns and they're going to fry smaller fish? That way the bigger
Let me.
fish is not released
Can I
because
adjust my question? Can I adjust my question? What if they got every single person that was involved
but how
in
are we
this?
going to know it is in actuality all of them? You know, they can tell us that, but how many times
If the
has the government
people
told us
on
something and can we
the
truly
people in the
believe them?
files,
Can we truly trust them to be like, okay, you know what? We arrested this 100 people. All of these 100 people, X, Y, and Z, blue, white, yellow, green, whatever, they were all involved in this. Hey, we've captured them. We're going to prosecute them. We're arresting them. Vengeance to the people. How the hell do we know that in reality that is all of the people if nothing was ever released to the public to see? Why? Because at the end of the day, they are probably going to protect the powerful people that are within that information. They're never going to release them. They're elites. They're powerful people. They're never, ever, ever going to truly release who is in those files and who partook in those type of events. They really never are, David. We can't be naive to sit here and believe and think
okay,
that
so
they're going
like
to be fully
you're just
transparent
making my
and that
point. You're
they're
making my
and that
point,
they're going
but
to
you're making my
fully
point.
release
You're making my
information.
point.
What point, David?
Oh
What
my God,
point?
you're making my point. You are making my
What
point
point? So as
because
the president,
so
don't sit there and
can I
say,
tell you what you're
you know
making?
what?
Can I
We're
tell
going
you
to
how
release
you're
the
making my?
files,
I'll
and now
wait.
you
I'll
can't.
wait. Go ahead. Fucking
Well,
talk.
thank you.
Go
Well,
ahead.
because
I'll
I
wait.
wasn't finished for my point and you kept interrupting me. I let you speak
I
last
didn't
time. Now you
interrupt you
want to let
once,
me
but
speak.
go ahead.
Now you want to
You're hearing
interrupt me.
things.
Go.
Your old ass
Now
is hearing
go.
things, but go ahead.
Dale, órale. Tú, dale, síguele. Come on.
Let me ask you a question. You said, I don't know if these are going to be the right people, right? Let's say they put hypothetically, they act like these are the right people that they're going to imprison and put it away into jail forever and all this, right? These were your words. The same can be said about the papers that they could deliver to you tomorrow. You don't know if those are the actual people that participated in the ring, correct?
Possibly.
So then in both, you'll never believe, even if the files came out, people wouldn't believe that those are all the people that were involved or even the people involved, because you would come up with, you personally, the conspiracy expert here, will come up with something like, oh, they just put on those names. They're really hiding the real individuals. Okay. People are going to say that, like you and others that believe in that kind of shit, right? Alex Jones, all this shit. And then doing it my way where I said, hold on, don't release the list, right? You don't want to release the list? Fine. Put all them motherfuckers in jail. If they did that, that's still not enough for you. So it's like he can't even win because they did it so bad. They presented the case to the general public so bad. Okay? And people also, besides even Trump, people have been waiting for this, not understanding why is the government protecting a pedophile so badly like they are with Epstein? Like why are they protecting him? This has gone on for years. Like, why are they protecting him? Why won't they release the? They've been protecting his ass hardcore. He can't win. Trump couldn't Trump could have delivered this, or the administration could have delivered this in a really good way. but they didn't. And again, I point to the fact that they had the influencers jumping all around. Okay, it's just been a clusterfuck. She came on TV, Pam, and she said Bondi came on. She said, "Oh, I got a truckload of files. I got them." Then she finds out that the FBI agency in New York City
Look,
is still withholding files. And then they come to find out that files have been deleted and fucking burnt off, okay? Way before they got there. So evidence has been fucked with. This is this is what I mean. As soon as they came into
you
the White House
know,
and their
yeah,
positions,
but
hold on,
the
hold
thing
on,
is,
hold on. As soon as they came into their positions, they should have gone to work looking at everything before coming out to the general public and saying, we'll have the files out to you immediately. That got the public pissed off. When they said the files are going to come out immediately, that got the entire country pissed off when there was like, well, immediately meant tomorrow. Then they give binders out, which really weren't anything new except that some of the things inside the folders were redacted. That's it. Excuse me, they were pulled back. Great, but like the people wanted or had an image of getting a certain a certain list, which never came out. They look bad. I don't give a fuck if you're a Democrat or Republican. It is what it is. Landy says, hold on, but the memo still hasn't been confirmed and looks fake as fuck. Landy, hear me out here. Everything that they've done at this point has been a clusterfuck. Whether the FBI memo is real or not, all of this has been a clusterfuck. Okay, and I'm a proud Republican. I'm a MAGA guy. I'm telling you, it looks bad. The
but
optics
you
on
know
this
what?
are bad.
Even if even like Landy said, this hasn't been confirmed. It looks fake as fuck, but still, the White House, didn't they go and confirm this in the sense that they're not going to be responding to all this stuff, and also kind of verbally confirmed? They didn't put anything out there, but didn't they verbally confirm in the press? Anywho, even if that is the case, that it is not real, and say that it's not real, hypothetically speaking, they're still not going to release the freaking list. I don't think they're ever going to release any. And let me tell you why. Epstein wasn't just a trafficker, he was a blackmail broker. Literally a blackmail broker. Cameras, records, compromising materials on politicians, royalty, bankers, intelligent figures. So if this comes to light, if this unravels, what is going to happen? It's going to bring down empires, not just individuals. So it is not in the best interest of any of these people for this list to come out, or any of this information. Because what is a conspiracy theory? That Epstein was not just a predator, David. He was a covert asset. He was used by the CIA, Mossad, MI16 to entrap big people, global elites. So, what if the government
Here,
isn't just protecting a criminal? What if they're protecting an operation that really truly shapes geopolitics?
here's the White House press secretary. She stated today, this is what she stated today. She said, as of the attorney general, she said she was saying that the entirety of all the paperwork, when speaking of having the truckload of files on her desk when she first entered, she said she stressed that Bondi was referring to the broader Epstein case files that were, hold on, I'm just telling you, this is not me. It was that were on her desk, the truckload, not a secret list of clients, and emphasized that the DOJ and the FBI conducted an exhaustive review and turned up no such list, the list that everybody's asking about. Bottom line, the White House confirms Bondi's earlier comments were about the full collection of documents, not a specific client list. The official agencies concluded no client list exists. So
Watch.
they have, Pat Bondi has said there are tons of files with Epstein, with kids, and there's pornographic video. That has been confirmed. the client list that everybody continues to refer to, that there's no specific client list. And that's what was stated today by the White House. So, I would think, I think maybe, I don't want to speak for anybody. I'll play both sides here, I guess. There's definitely a list of clients. I mean, I agree with Landy. There's definitely a list of clients, and I definitely do believe they have a list of people that were participating on the island. There's 100%. Like I have no doubt that they have a list of that. But I don't. But I don't. I honestly don't know how to take. I'm speechless to this. And I'm usually not speechless. Like I'm just saying, like that's why I keep on saying this entire thing, the way it was presented to the general public, is completely
Do
fucked
you
up.
remember?
They
Do you
fucking
remember?
dropped the ball.
Do you remember a few months? And I'm gonna go find those videos because I don't want to completely quote her. But do you remember around February when the binders were released? Everybody was outraged, and then Pam Bondi comes back and she's saying the list is on my desk. I'm gonna review these files, blah blah blah, and it is atrocious. It's gross, blah blah blah. The videos are there. I need to find them. So you can't sit there and now go by her word.
Okay,
of
hold
what
on, hold on.
she
Time
did
out.
presently.
Time out. Hold on. With my research just now. So here's
So
the problem.
what if Trump
Hold on,
is
hold-
on that list?
No. I don't. Trump is court documents from years ago have Trump on the flight logs. Okay, so that's publicly known shit. That's not an aha moment. And if the Democrats had that in their possession, Trump wouldn't be president. Okay, because the Democrats would have came out, and I'm being serious here. No jokes. The Democrats would have came out and they would have ended Trump's career. I'm telling you, there's no
David,
way.
but the reason that they
Hold on, hold on.
didn't is
Let me just
because
finish.
it would
The re-
incriminate themselves
The-
as well.
and listen to me. The people that run or ran the country when Biden was supposedly president were the dark shadows, the dark figures, the dark elite. Okay, they don't care about who they have to destroy because they can always replace the puppets. Okay, if they had something on Trump, and I fully believe this. Okay, there's no conspiracy to me. If they had something or anything on Trump, forget about what New York City did to Trump. I'm talking about they would have nailed his ass to the cross. He would have never seen or stepped foot next to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue ever again. Okay? They for sure, the Democrats, remember, the Democrats ran every agency. James Comey, I can name you everybody, all Democrats. They trust me, went through all that shit. They found nothing.
Look, okay,
Hold on,
so
let me
let's
just say
flip
one
it.
thing.
Let's flip it. So what if Trump, the reason why Trump won, etc., was because Trump is the one that has something on the elites, has something on the Democrats.
If he did,
So let's flip
so
it.
Trump-
So what
Trump
if
didn't
he
even
does
have-
have something on them, etc.?
Trump
but
would have came
it
out with it. Trump would have came out with it.
Why, if it has a possibility of disrupting
matter.
certain things,
Trump would have done it.
then why
It
not
was a-
release the
Trump would
files
have done
then?
it as a way. Trump was so spiteful after he lost the bid to get reelected. He would have been so spiteful, his ego bruised at that point, and knowing that nobody even wanted Trump to run ever again, and he didn't even have the support, he would have threw it out there because he has no risk. Understand, there's no risk to Trump at this point. He's a man in his 70s. Him throwing that out there, he is going to show you that the establishment went ahead and did everything possible to keep
but
him out.
what if exposing that information would mean admitting to the whole elite structure is corrupted, including himself? So instead, don't release it.
No, this would be
Trail
Trump's
lighting.
angle. Trump could have said, they kept me out of office because I had something on all these son of a bitches. Trump has nothing, okay? Didn't have nothing, and nor did the Democrats. They had nothing because if they had something, and trust me, they went through all these files. If they had it, Trump would never be in
I
office.
think at this
And
point, it doesn't matter. I think this is what they're trying to make us believe, this discussion that, oh my gosh, if the Democrats
no,
this,
no,
they would
they're
have done
not.
this. If Trump
They're
this,
not
blah, blah,
because
blah. I think
there
at
are
this point,
plenty
they're
of
not just
people.
hiding Epstein's crimes.
This
They're
government
hiding
hates. Can I
everyone
just
who
say something?
enabled him, including
92%,
government
over
figures,
90% of the
including
government.
elites, including like, at the end of the day,
I
who
just want to
really
read
runs
this
the
out.
world? Israel,
Let me
right?
just.
The IDF. Who really runs the world? The elites, DARPA. It goes beyond what you and I can comprehend. And at the end of the day, if some of those were on the Epstein list, guess what? They should not be coming out. It shouldn't, because it's going to destroy this whole elite power system structure that they have.
Earlier in February 2025, Attorney General Pat Bondi explicitly stated in a Fox News interview that a Jeff Epstein client list was sitting on my desk right now to review,
Thank you.
adding it was a directive by President Trump. She later qualified the statement on Sean Hannity's show, noting that the FBI has given her a couple of hundred of papers and then thousands of documents, but didn't clearly say that the client list even existed. Then in July 2025, the DOJ and FBI released a memo announcing that no such client list was found in their exhaustive review of Epstein's files. This directly contradicts her earlier implication that the list existed for public review. So I guess I remember that interview when she
Thank
sat
you
there
for
with
bringing
Fox.
that.
That was her first interview where she gave and she said, it's sitting on my desk right now to review, right? I got to watch the video again, though. Like, I remember the video, but I don't remember everything that was said. I got to watch it again and specifically pick out the words that was like the way. I need to see how the report or the anchor went ahead and stated the question and and what she was responding to. Because then on other shows, after that show, on other shows specifically within range, she was saying she wasn't alluding to that list at all. So I want to see if she ever stated that there was a client list. Bottom line, that's what I want to see. So that's really it. But again, I'm going to go back to it, Leslie, one more time. I do not believe they handled this correctly. It was horrible from the start. I wish they would have done a better job. But I wish I could. I thought it's out the window. It is what it is now. I hope that they do go after all these pedophiles. I hope they get them, and I hope they lock them up for good. Send them to El Salvador. Send them wherever it is where they can be miserable for the rest of their entire lives. That's really what I hope for. But what happens, we shall see, right? We shall see what happens. But again, they dropped the ball. Unfortunately, they did drop the ball. Okay? That's it. I'm a proud MAGA guy. I love the Republican Party. I love Donald Trump. Voted for him. But at the end of the day, you can call it as you see it, man. And that's the beautiful thing about freedom of speech, right? And I think it's the beautiful part of being. Oh, that's you.
When can we see them?
You want to play that?
Oh, wait, I can't. We have to upload them, but I'm playing them for my. I don't.
Okay. So that's how I feel. Also, Elon Musk, I think, for me on this American Party thing, I just want to say that, you know what, your resources could be better used towards helping bring together a balanced budget rather than developing a third party, which never works. Okay. We've had multiple parties try to come out here, and we've had people try to do this multiple times. It doesn't work. Should we have more parties? Yes. Yes, we should have more parties. But a two-party system right now is better than having an additional one that might take voters away from the Republican Party. By the way, to that note, only 2 to 3%, apparently from CNN, only 2 to 3% of people would actually be in that party, would switch over to that party. So it wouldn't really make a huge dent if in 2028 you have JD Vance that runs for president, or for the midterms that are coming up in 2026. I don't think it has any real effect. I think Elon's ego, I'm sorry, Elon, I love everything else that you've done, but I think your ego is getting in the way. and it's really unfortunate. This is ego driven. It can't be. I don't see it any other way, man. This is ego driven, and it's sad to watch. I mean, this is a president that, you know what's really fucked up. I think I watched this. I stand by. They should have never been friends. In terms of they shouldn't have been this close, because it was bound to happen. Two alphas, and I feel like because Elon didn't get his way, he pounced. I'm gonna start my own thing. So what? You're gonna buy your way to getting your stuff approved? I mean, like that's how it comes off to me. It doesn't come off like I want change. No, it comes off as like you want to buy people in so you can get your stuff pushed through. You can easily sit down with Trump and figure out a way to go ahead and bring down the deficit. You didn't have to go this route. Start an America party. By the way, the poll, let's talk about the poll. Even though 63% of the people voted on X to go ahead and create an American party, those are not all Americans, ladies and gentlemen. These are people voting from India, Pakistan, Afghanistan, okay? Like all over the place. This is not an American poll. Because when you poll people out here, nobody cares about switching over to the American party. So you don't actually have a poll that is accurate about the way Americans feel. Of course, people are going to vote 63. You probably have presidents of other countries who are about to get tariffed vote on that poll. So I think Elon could have done this better. You know, somebody as smart as him could have sat down on the table, especially knowing that Trump actually appreciated this man. Could have gone about it a little bit differently. You're not going to like everybody you work with. Obviously, he doesn't like the Treasury Secretary. Okay. You know, apparently they got into a fight, and that's how Elon got his black eye. Again, that's speculation. I don't know if that to be true. Again, this is what I'm reading. But could have worked together. Anyway, crypto season is here, ladies and gentlemen. The memes will send. We shall unite. We shall unite behind one meme. And we shall all sit together and watch one meme go to billions. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Nightly Recap powered by GNN. Tomorrow, I will be back recapping all the news of the day. Leslie will be back with you guys on Wednesday, but she's getting into the thick of things with conspiracy theories, okay?
We're
Thursday,
getting in
I'm
the
back.
mud of conspiracy.
Thursday, I'm back, and then Friday, Leslie's back with Hotep Jesus. And Jesus Christ, what we will see after 2 weeks of them not seeing each other. Mar, he'll be reporting live from the trenches. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll have my show tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Crypto Talk Radio Show. At 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have the breakdown, where I break down the news, crypto, politics, and other shit. We got 2 p.m. Hotep Jesus is live. He's on Kick with that show, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have Julie Kennis. She's on YouTube breaking down crypto news. 8:30 tonight, you should have caught Landy's report about the markets, him breaking all that shit down. Tune into Landy, of course.
The
At 9
video's
p.m.
out, and you better watch it. If you don't watch it, we're going to come and shoot you. I'm kidding. We don't condone
Oh
violence.
my God. She was just kidding. It's comedy, folks. It's comedy.
I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. Oh
Jeez,
my God.
This fucking
They're gonna
cowboy
cancel us.
hat and her fucking Texas roots. Oh, Jesus Christ.
With the water gun,
And-
come on. I'm going to throw cacti at you.
At 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, back with the nightly news, powered by GNN. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is David Gokhshtein, and that is...
Leslie Mota reporting live from the desert. You can't find me.